Hi, my name is Sharon. My plan for the next year is to start and progress a research paper revolving around water purification methods that require less resources. I want to create a model of a purification system that can be implemented in different areas with clean water and security in the US and abroad. And a part of that is noticing that water contaminants can be decreased if we did things in a more sustainable manner. Since the beginning of this school year, I've been the secretary for a specific registered student organization called ROC. There have been a few times where we ended up starting 20 minutes late, 15 minutes late, because a lot of people end up running late. Sometimes even 30 minutes late. That means our meetings, which are hosted in the evenings, take a little long and end kind of later than I would prefer, because I have a few things after that I have to get to. So what I ended up doing was I spoke with the president and I asked if we can rearrange how we conduct our meetings. The biggest reason I think many people were late were because we prioritized the wrong things in the beginning of the meetings, such as updates that might not have been necessary to review. It's especially difficult when we have to discuss event ideas and event plans and logistics, because we don't end up having time for that. Instead, I offered that we start with the event planning and logistics and then proceed to the updates if there is time. If there isn't time, then we can review the updates in an email or a message, something that everyone can catch up on at a different time. And to further my purpose, I ended up actually leading one of the meetings so that he would understand what I meant. And it was effective, and now our meetings are a lot more condensed, which I think a lot of people like. Many people are now on time because we start at 5:05 latest, and it's a little more productive, I think. As a kid, I moved around often. I moved from Uzbekistan when I was 5, and other kids aren't taught about differences, and they would make fun of the food I would bring, and they were just a little mean, but it is what it's elementary school, right? But when you're young, you mold to your environment a lot more, so I started suppressing my culture in general. I tried my very, very best to fit in, and this bled into my later years up until almost high school. However, I ended up going to New York for a year because we ended up moving in general. So I ended up switching schools, and there I was surrounded by Uzbeks. I realized I needed this sense of community. But we did end up having to move back to Michigan. In a different school district, I saw that they were hosting an international fair. And when I went, I realized that so many people around me were so proud of their culture, and it made me realize that I didn't have to suppress it, and I should have been proud of it, because it is still a part of me. And I realized that I let the environment around my childhood shape how I view my own culture that nobody else actually knew about. This taught me, or the more of the moment I went to the international fair and saw all these people proud of themselves, taught me the resilience I need in my future, of realizing that nobody can really tell me who I am other than myself. With Denmark being a global leader in sustainability and green living, I want to learn how sustainable systems function in practice, where they work the best. I'm also inspired by Hygge, which I think is an amazing concept that isn't practiced as much in the US. Even I'm guilty of neglecting rest because I feel like I just have to do everything done, back to back to back to back. But I have been realizing that sometimes Your thoughts need to arrange, and you have to let that happen by resting. I'm excited to share my own cultural background and experiences moving between communities. And I want to bring back sustainable living strategies to campus for future projects.